Good morning, happy Tuesday, and welcome back to my channel. It is officially winter. I feel like when the time changed with the daylight savings, it instantly went from fall to winter overnight. Like it was like 75 degrees one day, and now it's like in the 40s and 50s just all of a sudden, and it's a lot. It's cold, and I'm wearing a puffer jacket for the first time this year. Also, a change in seasons means a change in holiday drinks, so I've swapped my pumpkin spice latte for a chestnut praline latte, which is definitely my favorite of the Starbucks holiday choices. And I also want to give a quick shout out to Claire and Marilyn, who so kindly donated to my Ko-Fi account and treated me to this coffee, so thank you! Anyway, I'm now heading to my CAD class, and we actually have our critique today, so we're going to be presenting all of the prints that we've been working on since pretty much day one of this semester, and I'm really excited for that, so let's go! I was really stressed out this morning because the print lab was experiencing delays and I didn't have my laser cut pieces ready for the critique. But thankfully, it turned out that I didn't actually need to present today because the professor split our class into 2 groups and my critique day was scheduled for later on in the week. Thankfully, right when our class period was over, I got an email from the print lab that my laser cuts were finally done. So then I spent the next few hours assembling all of my jellyfish earrings. In total, I ended up finding 4 pieces of scrap acrylic that I really liked, so some earrings are on the transparent acrylics, some are on opaque, some have cutouts, some have engraving, and I made enough cuts to make 1 pair of earrings in each potential option. This might come off as a little bit excessive, but that's just kind of how my brain works. I wanted to see all of my options in front of me and then pick my favorite from the bunch. But once I pick out my favorite earrings, I'm gonna have a whole bunch of extras, and I don't really know what to do with them. There's a part of me that would love to share them with you all, but because these were my first time ever doing this and they were made with scrap acrylic pieces, they're definitely a little bit wonky. Honestly, I'd feel a little bit self-conscious about selling things that have very obvious imperfections. I guess let me know in the comments below. Would you be interested in a pair of these prototype jellyfish earrings? Maybe I can make that like a winter break project. We'll see. Anyway, after working on my earrings for a couple hours, I then switched gears and continued working on my Halloween-themed tabletop collection. Last week, I finalized my sketches, traced them onto Bristol paper, and mixed all of my gouache colors, and today I finished painting the first piece of my collection. Hello again, I just got out of class, so it's the end of my very productive day. It was a long day, but it was productive, so that feels good. I'm now gonna go meet Ryan for dinner, and then I'm just gonna take it easy tonight, so I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Wednesday. I am heading to class. All I have today is my afternoon tabletop class, but of course, as usual, I'm going early just so I can work on all the paintings I have to do, because I have to paint quite a lot, and I'm hoping that today I can make quite a bit of progress on the project as a whole, so let's go. Also, I just wanted to mention, because I got a couple comments on my most recent video, people were like, oh, I'm surprised you're still wearing a mask, and the reason I'm wearing them most of the time is because they're still mandatory here at FIT. I think this is like literally the only place in New York that's still requiring them, but I do get to take it off and I don't get in trouble if I'm the only one in the classroom, so that's why you kind of see me like putting it on, taking it off, and yeah, so just thought I'd mention that. Anyway, time to trace. So far the only piece of my collection that I've actually finished is my salad plate, and I have quite a bit left to do. I have a napkin, name card, cup, wine gift bag, and a dinner plate. So I think the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut that plate off of this paper so I don't mess it up while I'm painting the other pieces. And then I'm just gonna trace everything and slowly chip away at this painting. my actual classroom just opened up. I'm still the only one here, but I'm gonna get started on painting, so let's go. I first wanted to work on the name card because it was the smallest painting of the whole group and it felt like an easy one to check off the list. Worked on my next painting, which was a cocktail napkin design. And after my napkin was finished, I worked on my cup design. After everything, my group mates and I spent about an hour threading our loom, which was honestly extremely difficult after spending the entire day hunched over and painting, but we got quite a bit done. Hello, today has been a long day, but I got a lot of stuff done and that feels really good, and I'm really loving how my collection is turning out. So I'm gonna keep working on that this weekend because our critique is next week. I've got a lot of painting to do. Anyway, I'm heading home, gonna eat some dinner and go to bed. So I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, happy Thursday. I am on my way to my CAD class where I'm officially doing my critique, and I'm all ready because I spent pretty much all of last night finishing up all those earrings, putting some backings on them, all the hardware, making them look all professional, and I'm ready. I'm excited, so let's go. Oh, actually, I also wanted to show you, I hand knit this scarf that I'm wearing. It's a K-facet pattern that I kind of modified, and it's all mohair, and I love it. In this critique, I shared my finished, digitally designed print collection that's inspired by my theme of bioluminescence. We needed to show our fabric designs both digitally on the projector and physically with printed fabric swatches, so I had all of my designs printed on two different types of fabric. One called Silk Sensation, which is a synthetic silk alternative that's very smooth and shiny, and a crushed velvet, which has a lush texture and shimmer. Ideally, if I had a choice to put these fabrics into production, I would love to see them on more sustainable materials, but this is what I had to work with for now in the context of this project. So just pretend these aren't made of plastic. My goal with this collection was to create a series of statement prints for parties and special occasions that looked like they were glowing, much like the incredible creatures that lurk in the deep sea. I wanted to essentially create my own whimsical version of both animal skins and florals inspired by fish scales, reptile skin, jellyfish, and more. Most of these prints were made with mark making techniques which you may have seen in my previous vlogs. I was covering things like bubble wrap, ramen noodles, zucchinis, and potatoes with neon paints, and stamping them all over black paper to create textures with super unique character. And these stampings became a huge source of inspiration for the rest of this collection. I also presented my laser cut portion of the project, which were my jellyfish earrings. These ended up being my absolute favorite pairs of the whole bunch, and I ended up including the two pairs towards the top with my project submission. And of course, I had to wear a pair to the critique. After class, I went straight back to the weaving room to continue threading our loom. Hello again. I just got out of my weaving class and I'm on my way home. I am so dang tired after threading that loom. We had so many ends to thread, and even as a group of 2, it took us such a long time. I don't know how people do it, just like on their own. Like if you have one of those looms at home, how do you do it? Anyway, it is so cold. I'm really looking forward to going home, curling up, and just calling it an early night. So I'll see you tomorrow. My entire Friday and Saturday were spent working on the last 2 paintings of my Halloween dishware collection. On Friday, I spent about 9 hours in total painting my dinner plate. After my very full day of painting, Ryan somehow convinced me to watch all of the Star Wars prequels with him, so I spun some of the beautiful wool that I got at Rhinebeck a few weeks ago. On Saturday, I tackled the last piece of my collection, my gigantic wine bag. This ended up taking me another 8 hours of painting. I didn't have to make my last piece this big. Technically, I only needed to make a little goodie bag, but when I was planning out this project, I thought that having a wine bag would help sell the whole idea that this is a more adult Halloween collection. I regretted the choice when it was the last thing that I had to paint, but when it was finally done, I was really happy with how it turned out, and I'm glad I pushed myself. Then Frankie and I did a ton of laundry while we were waiting for a super special guest to arrive. Look who's here!
Hi!
Then the 3 of us spent the whole weekend exploring the city together. Good morning, happy Monday. Last week I was complaining about the weather hitting 40 and 50 degrees. Today it is 25 and I'm not happy about that. So I'm heading to the subway as quickly as possible, gonna get warm and hopefully have a good day today. Also, my family is Serbian and today is our Slava Day, which is a holiday that celebrates the family's patron saint. So happy Slava. In class, we finally finished threading our loom, and then we got started on brainstorming weaves to weave on the new warps. For this project, I wanted to revisit a mood board and a hand-painted design that I created last year. Do you remember this one? This design was inspired by our prompt of Art Deco style, and I created a tropical pattern featuring my favorite flower, the birds of paradise. I really liked this concept, but I felt like this painting could use some supporting pieces to make it not so alone in my portfolio, and I thought that adding some coordinating weaves could be fun. So I spent the class period looking at yarns, searching for more reference images, improving my mood board, etc. Hello again, I just finished up in that class, and honestly, not much really happened just because we're still in the starting stages of that project, so there wasn't really that much exciting stuff to show you, but it should get pretty exciting soon, especially when we get to the looms, so I'm looking forward to that. And now I'm on my way to Blick because I have my tabletop presentation tomorrow. So I gotta make my little presentation board, get some supplies for that, and yeah, let's go. I ended up buying a very big black illustration board to mount all of my paintings, but on its own, I felt like it was missing something. So I also grabbed a piece of textured black paper to cover the board and give it a little bit more of like a fabric-y tablecloth look. I then attached my paintings to the board by first putting a piece of masking tape on the back of each painting, and then putting a piece of double stick tape on the masking tape just to protect my painting from the really sticky double stick tape. So it was quite a bit of work. And then at the very end, I signed my name on my little name card. I'm done with my plate collection and that feels so good. I actually really like how this one turned out. I feel like it's very me, it's very in line with my personal aesthetics, and I honestly had a lot of fun making it, but regardless, I'm just so relieved to just be done with it. I feel really good about it, and now I can go enjoy dinner. So as you probably know, Monday night is my Korean fried chicken date night with Ryan, and this time Tiana's coming with us, so let's go. Good morning, happy Tuesday. We're almost to Thanksgiving break, and I'm really excited about that, and they're already starting to set up for the parade. Yeah, you can definitely see here at Columbus Circle, the tents for all the broadcasting stuff is already getting set up, as well as all the bleachers along this whole area are starting to come up, which is really exciting. Anyway, I'm on my way to campus. I have CAD first, which should be pretty chill. I have my tabletop critique, which I'm really excited about. And then I'm actually going to a concert tonight, which should be really fun. So let's go. In class, we started the next part of our semester-long project, which is creating a formal presentation of our designs. So I started to hunt for models wearing white clothes that can be easily photoshopped to look like they're wearing my designs. Still in class, but I have a pretty long break in this class, so I'm going to use this time to finish my mood board for my critique next period, because I got to go to the print lab to get it cut, and they were closed last night, so let's go cut this. It was time for my tabletop critique. And then we very quickly moved on to our next assignment, which is all about glass and serveware, and honestly, this makes me really nervous. I'm done. I did my critique and I'm done, and it feels so good. I am so happy and so relieved. I know I say that every time I have a critique, but that's just honestly the only word I can think of to describe how it feels to like finally just like show people your project and then just hand it off and be done. I'm relieved. Anyway, I'm now meeting up with my sister, and then we're gonna meet up with Ryan, and the three of us are going to a concert at Madison Square Garden tonight, which I'm so excited about. So we're seeing Stromae, who I'll put some of my favorite of his songs in my video description if you want to check out some of his stuff. So yeah, let's go.
New York City. Bonsoir. So you speak French? Who understands French here? Who doesn't? Assim que não. Pourquoi la vie est si injuste? Oui, dis-moi, dis-moi ce qu'il a de plus que moi. Dis-moi ce que j'ai fait au juste. Oui, pourquoi la vie est si injuste? Mon amour.
On Wednesday, we started our Thanksgiving preparations. And then we went to the Museum of Natural History for Inflation Day. This is where the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade balloons are blown up in preparation for the next day's big event. Even though it's a very crowded event, I really love coming to this every year and seeing the huge balloons up close. We went to one of my favorite restaurants for a nice warm meal.
NBC presents Macy's 96 Thanksgiving Day Parade with your host.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
We then got maybe a little bit too excited and we accidentally turned our Thanksgiving dinner into a Thanksgiving brunch, but regardless of what time we ate it, it was amazing. We had mashed potatoes and gravy, barbecue baked beans, stuffing with sausage and dried cherries, cabbage salad, and brisket, all of which was homemade by my sister, who's an amazing chef. Good job. Happy Thanksgiving! Then, on Friday, we decided to wander around the city. We mostly wanted to go to the new Toys R Us that's located inside the big Macy's. Thank you so much for joining me on my adventures this week. If you want to stick around and see how all my projects turn out, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!